Hi guys, I'm with you today on this rainy day. One of like 72 rainy days we've had in a row. I don't know, I've lost count. Today I'm going to stake some of my plants. I'm going to do my Monstera aransani and one of my Pothos because of Pothos, duh. I got these moss poles on Amazon. One's a 24-inch and one's an 18-inch. I almost wish I would have gone with two of these instead of the short ones, but I'll make it work. I'm going to take it downstairs and soak these for a little bit before I get started, so I'll touch base back with you after that's done. My kids are downstairs, so if you hear bits of Coco or Moana, you're welcome. Okay, so this is how I'm doing it. I don't know if that's right, but that's how I'm doing it. I didn't really have a bucket big enough to kind of plunge those in, submerge them all the way. So I've just kind of been setting them in there, soaking up water. That's rainwater that I've collected from the rain. And then I kind of just took my little watering can and kind of just tried to get it in there as best I can. So it's been soaking quite a while. They're actually kind of heavy and they do hold a lot of moisture. So just wanted to show you guys kind of that process. Okay, so the two plants that I'm going to be doing today is my golden pothos in the Halloween pot, and then my Monstera aransani. He's been doing really well since I've got him. I have these little bamboo sticks in there, and since I put those in there, he kind of exploded. So I'm really excited to see what he does with the pole. I'm gonna start with my Monstera. He's in a maybe 10-inch, 8 to 10-inch pot. It will probably be soon that I will have to repot him, but I'm not going to yet. I'm gonna let him kind of get a little bit more pot bound in there. I'm gonna use the bigger one that I have for this pole. I've taken him out of the water and can't really tell, but he's really heavy. If you give him a good squeeze, he'll kind of drip down. He's pretty wet. So I'm just gonna put him kind of in the back. It's got these metal poles that I'm just gonna stick right into my soil. The great thing about these plants is that they are actually meant to climb. So they will grab onto this with their aerial roots that they kind of grow and just grab and climb right on there. This staking came with these little metal clips, and I'm going to use that to just lightly secure the stems onto that pole. My Monstera already has a lot of these roots growing out, as you can see. I don't know if you can see so well, but they have a lot of these roots. So I'm hoping that that just really increases the size of the leaves and helps it to grow even stronger and bigger than it already is. I'm going to take out my makeshift supports that I already had in there. And I'm just going to take one of these larger vines, might wrap him around there. And when you have these, you kind of have to follow the natural arc and the natural, I don't know how I should say, the natural path of the leaves. It'll kind of tell you where it wants to go, and they're really gonna kind of grow wherever you put them. One more tall, and that's it. So that was fairly quick, easy job. You can see my pot's not quite big enough, but I kind of just secured him in there a little bit here and one right here. They're gonna grow around. He has new growth at the very top, but those leaves are coming in very small, so I hope that this helps increase the size of the leaves that come in. I mist the sky maybe at least twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. So I hope that this really helps kind of decrease the times that I'm going to have to mist it. I'll take a picture when it's finished so you can see kind of the details of it, and then I'll let you guys see at the end. So he's here. Next up is my Pothos in my little pumpkin planter. I should probably replant him, but I just love this planter so much. So it's Halloween all year round in my house. This guy actually took clippings of and have been rooting in water. I put them in kind of a spiral up there, and they've been rooting for a couple weeks, and they have about maybe 1.5 inch, 2 inch roots. So I'm actually going to pop him out. You can see that the roots there are pretty well established, well enough to go back into the soil and into the pot and still survive. Like I said, as you can see, I kind of just wound it up and put him into the cup full of water, and he busted out roots from a lot of those nodes that were submerged in that water. So it turned out well. I'm actually going to pop that right back into these plants. This is one that I have been taking cuttings off consistently just to make him a little bit more bushy. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to kind of find an empty place in there. I'm going to dig into it, and you'll be able to see. Actually, these you don't have to dig in too deep. The roots will take root pretty well in that soil and just grow down. So you don't have to worry about, you know, sinking them in too far in that soil. This plant actually has a lot of pretty long vines, so I'm gonna stake those up quite a bit on this plant. Okay, so that's how it looks after I've kind of shoved those clippings back in that soil there. And like I said, I'm just gonna find, let's see, squeeze that out a little bit. I'm gonna find a good spot for it to go into. I think right in the middle there. And he just kind of sets right in there. These ones are nice because you don't have to dig a great big deep hole to fit them in there. They just kind of slide in with those metal posts. So that's actually very super convenient. I really like when the Pothos trail down and vine, but for this one, he's in kind of a tight space in my house, so I think trailing him up and increasing those leaf size is really going to help him kind of grow and flourish in the spot that I have him in. So I'm going to take some of these longer vines that I have growing in the front, and I'm going to kind of untangle it here, and then just do as I did with my Monstera and get those metal clips in and kind of just loosely attach those right at the base, usually where those nodes are. I want the nodes to be kind of touching that moss pole. So if they grow roots there, that will help the plant size overall. I'm just kind of wrapping this one around, and again right at the base of this leaf where the node is. I'm just going to stick a pin in there, and they're very loosely pinned on, so I can see if you might need to kind of repin them or anchor them a little bit better, but I think it's better to start off with kind of a loose hold, if anything, and then let your roots take hold of that and kind of do the rest for you. I'm going to put another one right at the top here so he kind of stays. He's got a real big node right at the top there, so maybe he'll get some roots coming in. But I'm going to put some ones in the back that are actually some of the clippings that I took out, rooted in water, and then put back in. They've got a little bit smaller of a leaf. As you can see, they're these ones, and their leaves are not huge, so I'm going to put those ones on there and see how they do. And I'll post a video or some pictures just to show you guys kind of the before and after and how that does, and if that helps and if it doesn't, and how it ends up to be, and if it's worth it for you guys to do it. They sell them like these, I've seen, but if you can do it yourself, it's kind of fun and you'll save some money, so why not? Again, with these pothos, they grow so fast that it's really exciting to see when you do change things up how that takes to it. They'll usually tell you if it's for the better or for not, just based on their health. So these are great ones to do that with. Okay, almost done here. I've got the back pretty well vined up, but I'm going to use some of these other vines that are coming down and also put them up best I can. So that's basically it. As you can see, that was a really easy and fast treatment for my plants. I will let you guys know the updates, and especially this one, once it gets a little bit more acclimated to the pool and having the leaves face out a little bit. Some of those were kind of sprouted up there for a while. I'll let you know it's going to look really beautiful. Those are going to grow up instead of down, and I'm super excited to see how that looks in the future. Thanks you guys for watching this one. If you have any questions or comments, experiences of your own, please let me know. I love to hear them, and I really appreciate all the comments that I get. Thanks. Bye.